All right, here we are. It is February 19th, 2016. We are in Arlington, Texas, and Rachel is taking her skill evaluation in the Motorcycle Safety Foundation course. Let's see how she does. So you can see by the parking lot that it's been a little wet today, not heavy rain, just a drizzle that was steady for a couple of hours, and so the parking lot's wet, and it makes life a little harder to see. There's 4 parts to this skill evaluation, and I'm trying not to get someone that's not my wife on the camera, so I'm just panning over. There we go. Now he's clear. What we're going to see here are the first 2 skills that are evaluated. This is a U-turn box where you have to do kind of a figure 8 in the U-turn box. You have to keep your feet on the pegs and stay inside the lines. The box is 20 feet wide. There's a specific cones in and out. And then after that, you have to accelerate into second gear up to between 12 and 18 miles an hour in an obstacle swerve without hitting any cones, and then stop. And all while keeping the bike upright. Here she goes. Looking over her shoulder. First one, this is a little klutzy, no worries. Oh my gosh.
I think she did that perfect. No feet didn't come down. Looks like she stayed in the box. In second gear. And that looked like a good swerve. When I took that one, I had to put a foot down, and I went over the line in the U-turn box and was so mad I almost messed up the swerve. Only time I would have done it that day.
Next up is the quick stop. Okay, so something about those 2 drills. I told you how I did, but you hopefully could have heard some of the applause on the video. In this class, there's 7 riders. Rachel is the only female in the class, and most of them are experienced riders, and some of them have experience on 4-wheelers and jet skis, which is kind of similar. But she had the steepest learning curve of anybody. And not only did I have to put my foot down and go over, and I went over the line in the U-turn drill, I didn't do it well. Nobody in her class was able to go through that. I didn't see anybody go through without either going over the line or having to put a foot down, except her. So that's why everybody was cheering. And she had a really good swerve. So yeah, she's definitely going to beat me, which means I have to go by their deal, which means I have to ride on the back of her bike from now on. Next up will be the quick stop. All right, now we're ready for the quick stop. Has not been uneventful. First rider to go went down. Rachel's the last one here. What they have to do is go in a straight line, shift up to second gear, get between 15 and 18 miles an hour, go through a set of cones, and stop the bike, shift down into first gear. And Rachel's been smooth and steady all day on these. These have been like her bread and butter. Yep, just like that. She's been smooth as silk all day long on those stops. And now go into the curve. He's got to reset the cones for the curve skill. Now this last drill is a 90-degree turn, a 90-degree turn, and a 135-degree turn, staying inside the cones or the boundaries. It has to be done at a certain speed, and it's a little wet, and the lines that show the boundaries are a little hard to see, so this should be interesting. Here she goes. There you go. Second gear. And it's possible to be marked off for going too slow, but you won't get marked off a lot. Oops, I kind of turned that off, so that may have just jumped. I think you go, what are we looking at here, Mike?
Her speed through the curve,
Speed through the curve?
268.
And what's the requirement?
290 or less.
Well, there you go.
She had it. She's the only one who made it.
Nice.
There, everybody else has got 1 or 3 or 5.
So that was the instructor showing me the stopwatch through the curve. Had to go through 2.9 seconds, which I think I was over by a couple hundredths when I took it. Rachel was under. Best time out of anybody in the class. 95% sure that she passed filling out her paperwork. We'll find out for sure, get her score.
Most improved, Rachel, and actually aced it.
Did I?
And she was, congratulations, she
you.
was the fastest person through the curve.
Really? That's because
Yes.
I had been going too slow all day and I was afraid I was going to go too slow and mess it up.
We are
Yay!
looking on the curve